Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel here at commaik. Have you ever wondered why your Reolink cameras, Nevada Rs, home hubs and so on aren't actually running the latest software even though you've enabled automatic updates? Well, there is a way to check for updates manually and install them yourself. If you want to know how this works, then stay tuned, because that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. As you know, I use a variety of Reolink cameras. I have the home hub, my network video recorder, NVR, the doorbell and many other devices. Reolink regularly offers updates. The firmware is updated and new features are provided. However, I have noticed that not all cameras receive these updates automatically, even though I have enabled automatic updates. Well, with the battery-powered cameras, there is actually no way to manually check which is the latest firmware and what new features have been added. This is centrally controlled by Reolink. But for the wired cameras, for the PoE variants and even for the Wi-Fi variants with a power connection, there is the option to manually check for updates and also manually install them on the cameras. Here on the client, which you can already see behind me on the PC, I will show you how to find out which firmware is currently running on the camera. I will show you where you can check which is the latest firmware. Of course, I will also show you how to install the latest firmware on your camera. I am in the overview of the client and have selected my TrackMix camera as an example. By clicking on the gear icon, I can access the settings, and under Info, I can see the current data for the camera, including the firmware currently in use. I switch to System, then to Maintenance, and here I have the option to start the firmware update manually or automatically. The auto update is active. This means that the camera should generally update itself automatically. With a click on the Check for latest version button, I can check whether a newer version is available. As you can see, no new version is available. I have set up Home Assistant to use some smart features at home. Among other things, I noticed that updates for connected devices are displayed in the settings. For example, you can also see the TrackMix camera here, which is being suggested for an update. When I click on the notification, I see the current version I have and a newer version that I could use. Home Assistant offers me the option to update the camera directly via the Update button. I won't do that here, because I want to show you how you can do it manually. To search for the firmware manually, I went to the Download Center page on Reolink's website. You'll find the link to the Download Center below the video in the description. Here, I first select my camera model by simply entering the name. Possible matching cameras are already suggested to me, and I select my PoE camera. Next, I have to select the hardware number. There's only one option to choose from here. If you want to know which hardware number you have, check the Info Center in the camera's settings menu. I click on Search and the system offers me several updates. My Reolink TrackMix PoE camera is currently using the lower firmware version of the two offered here. I have version 3748. However, there is currently a newer version available, namely 4255 from the 15th of December 2024. Under Notes and Updates, I can now read what has changed. The network services have been optimized and minor bugs have been fixed. So, nothing major. I click on Download Firmware. I get a notice reminding me to be aware of what I'm doing here. I should also double check whether the selected camera is actually the correct one. I agree, and the software is being downloaded to my computer in the background. In my Downloads folder, I now see the downloaded file in zip format. I can tell that this is firmware for the Reolink TrackMix PoE, specifically version 4255. With a right click, More Options, Extract here, I extract the zip file. In addition to the firmware file, a Reolink PDF is also extracted, which again explains how to perform the update. However, the crucial file is the .peg file. Back in the client, I am still in the maintenance menu. Using Browse, I can select the file directly. With a double click, I start the upload. After a while, the file is displayed to me, and I can choose whether I want to reset the camera while applying the update. Of course, I don't do that because I want to keep all my settings. I click directly on Upgrade. Only now does the camera show me a notice that there is a newer firmware available. The upgrade process can take a few minutes. At the end, there is a success message and the camera restarts. So you see, the entire update process only takes a few minutes and is not complicated at all. If some features are missing or not working as they should on your cameras, your NVR, the home hub or the doorbell, then just check if there is a firmware update that you can install manually. You'll find the link to the download center below the video. You'll also find the like button there. I would really appreciate it if you clicked it. It helps me and my channel grow. If you want to see more from me, click the subscribe button and you won't miss any of the new videos. You want to know what's up with all these packages? Which cameras I use, which Reolink devices I've tested, what I recommend and don't? Check the description. There you'll find my playlists and videos. You'll also find relevant product links to the cameras I use. At this point, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.